Hey, what else can happen to this team?
Swing and a base hit to right. 39 straight for Molitor.
The Brewers win. Higuera, 3 consecutive shutout victories. A masterful two-hitter.
Right field and deep. Get up, and get out of here. Gone. And they've done it again. 12 in a row.
The team in Milwaukee watched the record. The swing and a miss. 13 games without a loss.
A great play to beat the Yankees in a real thriller tonight. Listen to this crowd.
Magic, miracles, and true believers. The story of the 1987 Milwaukee Brewers is brought to you by Miller Lite. For great taste, there is only one light beer.
Nothing beats a cold Miller Lite when you're watching a game under the hot sun, eh, Sparky?
Yeah, you great seats, too.
I bought them last week, got them on sale. It's almost like being at the park.
For the best taste under the sun, there's only one light beer, Miller Lite.
These flies are murdered, though.
When the 1987 baseball season rolled around, all indications were that the young Milwaukee Brewers were hurting for true believers. In the immortal words of Casey Stengel, you could look it up. According to a universe of fearless forecasters, this club would need a whole lot of magic and more than a few miracles if it was even to be competitive in the tough American League Eastern Division. On a sun-drenched opening day at County Stadium, the crowd was ready as staff ace Teddy Higuera inaugurated the season with a painless first inning against the defending AL champion Red Sox.
A half swing, strike 3. Teddy Higuera with a curveball, and he really fooled Rice, and the first inning is over.
The Brewers' half of the inning featured a hint of things to come when veteran Paul Molitor led it off.
The pitch, line to the gap in right center. Extra bases for Paul Molitor. It's going to be at least a triple for Paulie. Here comes a throw, then Molitor with a leadoff triple. And that will bring up Rockin' Robin, the Brewers center fielder. Here's the stretch by Stanley in the pitch. A swing and a line drive. Base hit to center, and the Brewers lead 1-0. Well, it didn't take Robin long to get RBI number 1, did it?
With his team leading 5-1 in the ninth inning, new Brewers manager Tom Trebelhorn looked like a winner when his bullpen stopper Dan Plesac came on the scene.
A swing and a line drive to center. Yount coming on. He's got it to end this game. What a way to end it. And the Brewers win the opener here at County Stadium.
Next, it was hats off to Chuck Krim, a cool rookie pitcher who wasn't even on the team's spring training roster. When he tied the Bo Sox in knots, the Brewers found themselves 2 for 2. In Game 3, rookie catcher B.J. Surhoff provided the necessary heroics.
A swing and a drive to center and deep. Back goes Henderson. Get up and get out of here. Gone for Surhoff. And the Brewers lead it 12-11, is first in the big league.
Surhoff's blast gave the Brewers a perfect 3-0 mark as they set out on their first road trip of the season. And it was westward ho, where the eyes of Texas were on the upstart Brew crew as they tried to corral the Rangers. Once again, dominant pitching combined with timely hitting, including Surhoff's clutch bases-loaded single in Game 6, spelled sweep for this pumped-up bunch of Milwaukee true believers. When Chris Bosio fanned the last Texas batter, Milwaukee had recorded a cool half-dozen straight wins for its best start ever. Their duty done in Texas, the crew headed east to Baltimore, where the hometown fans' laughter turned to sorrow when the Orioles ran into big Brewer trouble.
This has got a chance. Well, they'll get one at first. Now back, they've got Wiggins in a rundown. If they get it, this will end the game, and it does. The Brewers remain unbeaten.
Having gone 7-up, Tom Trebelhorn eyed his prospects for Game 8. Behold the damage done.
That's a home run. Home run. 3 home runs. Say goodbye.
If it's fair, it could be gone. A home run for Bach. The 5th home run for the Brewers. Now the boys are going long ball tonight.
A steady drizzle was Game 9's wild card, though the elements failed to dampen the spirits among the Brewer faithful. On the mound, Juan Nieves' no-nonsense message was, "Don't rain on my parade." Staked to an early lead, the young southpaw caged the Birds with a little help from his friends.
And it is caught beautifully by Paciorek in left. An unbelievable catch.
As the game wore on, Nieves wore down the Oriole offense. Batter after frustrated batter fanned helplessly at his heat, while the fans in the stands rose to the occasion. Leading 6-0 with 2 outs in the 9th inning, Juan faced the last obstacle standing between him and the record book, the dangerous Eddie Murray, a bona fide tough out under pressure.
Hit in the air. Yount makes a great catch, and Juan Nieves has thrown the first no-hitter in Milwaukee Brewer history. What else can happen to this team? Juan Nieves has no-hit the Baltimore Orioles on a great game-ending catch by Robin Yount. The youngster out of Puerto Rico in his second Major League season has no-hit the Baltimore Orioles. It has never been done in Milwaukee Brewer history. This team has magic. This Milwaukee Brewer team has absolute magic in 1987.
Having disposed of the Orioles with a flourish, the Brewers returned home in triumph. And though it was the dead of night, they were met by a contingent of seriously fevered fans. Appropriately, a hero's welcome awaited Juan Nieves, who observed that the Brewers' magic was no miracle.
You know, it's just a little taste of what people in Wisconsin are going to see this year, that's all.
What do you think of the reception here?
Oh, outstanding. We need that all year, and I know we're going to get it this year, too.
Back on home turf, all signs pointed to the Milwaukee Brewers remaining #1 as Teddy Higuera took the mound against the Texas Rangers. And the beat went on when Higuera's pinpoint control froze the Texans in their tracks for consecutive win #10. The next day, Rob Deere's muscle keyed win #11, raising the crowd's hopes for an American League record 12-0 start. On Easter Sunday, 30,000 strong were positively hopped up over their team's prospects, while the Rangers were trying to sweep away the memory of the earlier Milwaukee series. Leading 4-1 in the 9th, Texas was only 2 outs from victory when Deere came to bat.
Deere, 2 on, 1 out. Here's the pitch. A curveball! Drilled to deep left. Gonna get way out of here and gone for Deere. And they have tied it at 4. Wow!
Deere's monstrous cloud had the twin effect of jolting the crowd into celebration while leaving the frustrated Ranger players to curse their fate. After Jim Gattner walked, Dale Swain took center stage with history waiting in the wings.
3-2, 2 outs, 4-4, 9th inning. Gattner, there he goes. The pitch, a swing and a fly ball, right field and deep. Get up and get out of here. Gone for Swain, and they've done it again. 12 in a row on a 2-run blast by Swain to win it. Oh my goodness. Holy cow, do you believe it?
It's a solid thing. Now I'm a believer. I'm not a taste. I'm down in my mind. Said I'm a believer, yeah. Said I'm a believer, yeah.
The latest miracle finish inspired visions of a season-long sweep. And on that high note, busloads of Brewer believers headed south, Chicago-bound, where their unbridled enthusiasm failed to impress some White Sox loyalists outside Comiskey Park. Inside baseball's oldest stadium, baseball's newest Wonder Boys were the object of a curious press corps, eager to get a focus on the season's first phenomenon. The Brewers were unaccustomed to such early season attention, but then they had never won 12 games in a row before either. At game time, only one question remained unanswered. Could the Brewers conjure up a little more magic for a Major League record-tying 13th consecutive time? In the 7th inning of a 4-4 game, Robin Yount spoke volumes in reply.
and lofts a fly ball right field. On coming Calderon. He can't get to it. Molitor scores, and the Brewers lead 5-4.
Clinging to that 5-4 lead in the ninth, the Brewers proceeded to place their faith in the reliable left arm of the sack man.
Danny Plesac trying to give the Brewers a share of the record. The team that left Milwaukee holds the record. The team in Milwaukee watched the record. The swing and a miss. Plesac has his 5th save. The Brewers beat the White Sox 5-4 at Comiskey Park, and the Milwaukee Brewers have won 13 games without a loss. 13-0. The Brewer fans, I'm sure, are saying, I'm a believer.
While the Brewer believers anticipated yet another big win, Sox fans took a more skeptical view of their opponent's future. So it was that the next night saw Joel Davis whip the Brewers, snapping the streak at 13. But this incredible journey showed Tom Trebelhorn something about not only the character of his team, but also the characters supporting it.
I think the fans in the Midwest are the fairest fans around. You play well and play hard, they're with you 100%. And our fans are very special in Milwaukee because they're not afraid to laugh at themselves, they're not afraid to have a good time at the ballpark, they're not afraid just to enjoy themselves. I think the cheesehead term gave us kind of a bond with the players and the fans. And of course, Rick Manning had his own little cheesehead hat that he wore. Really, we turned around a rather derogatory term and made it a positive unifying factor between the ball club and the fans.
Winning makes for comfortable bedfellows. In Milwaukee, the Brewers' early season run inspired fans and players alike to surrender to the magic of the moment.
What a way to end it! Surhoff has led off with his first Major League home run. Throw by Brock goes to the plate. Schroeder puts the tag on him, and he's out. And the Brewers are 6-0. Ball is hit hard, and there was no question. They are 9-0 to start the season. Take it, baby. And they've done it again. 12 in a row. Take it out, baby. 13 is a very lucky number for this team of magic.
But after a club record 18-3 April, May turned out to be the cruelest month. As quickly as they came, magic and miracles deserted the Brewers. Coming on the heels of their incredible start came a club record 12-game losing streak.
Part of the game is winning streaks and losing streaks. The important part of the game is to rebound from those losing streaks. In our case, we were able to do that. If I could throw any one month out, of course, I'd kind of like to toss May, but every club has them, and we just happened to once again back it up against a very dramatic start.
Despite a dismal May, the Brewers were only 3 games out of first prior to an early June series against division-leading New York. The team split 2 games, then delivered high drama in Game 3. With the score tied and the bases loaded in the bottom of the ninth, B.J. Surhoff was in another pressure situation.
He bunts. It's going to be a tough play. Randolph's got it. Throws late. B.J. Surhoff. A great play to beat the Yankees with the bases loaded. He pushed one down the right side. And the Brewers have beaten the Yankees in a real thriller tonight. Final, Milwaukee 7, New York 6. Listen to this crowd.
Later in the month, the team suffered a devastating blow when Paul Molitor went on the disabled list through mid-July. Newly acquired Greg Brock then emerged as an inspirational leader, choosing this occasion to master American League pitching.
When we got Greg, it gave us a veteran left-handed hitter. When Paulie went down, it not only gave us a left-handed hitter to help us, but Greg was able to step into that void as a team leader and as a guy who can swing the bat and play defense and pick up that slack that you lose when a good player goes down. He's a big RBI guy and a big defensive guy and pretty quiet guy except when it comes time to produce, and he was a real producer.
Indeed he was. In July alone, Brock batted .317 and drove in 16 runs as the topsy-turvy Brewers hit midseason with a 42-43 record. The bridge between baseball's half seasons is its All-Star game. This year in Oakland, pageantry took a back seat as the two leagues lined up their finest for the annual summer spectacle. With an impressive 18 saves to his credit, Dan Plesac was the Brewers' lone All-Star honoree. Called out in the 8th inning, he did his team proud, fanning Hubie Brooks en route to hurling a perfect frame. After the All-Star break, the Brewers returned home, where their fans were lined up for an 11-game homestand, the longest of the year. Unheralded shortstop Dale Swaim got things going, and out of here on one unforgettable night against the California Angels.
And the pitch. Here's a deep drive to left. It could be number 3. This ball is long gone. Another home run for Swaim. Can you believe it?
Well, I think one of the most interesting and intriguing things of the entire season was the emergence of Dale Swaim as a solid major league shortstop. Dale's got a very good swing from both sides of the plate, and he's got good power. Certainly a lot of people were surprised, and I was surprised that he hit 20-plus home runs and almost drove in 100 runs, because I hit him 9th almost the entire year. He's a unique type of shortstop. He's a tall fella. He has tremendous reach as far as range. He can get the balls and catch balls and throw off balance in a very accurate fashion. And I don't think there's been too many guys that have come along with his particular tools, being a switch-hitting, power-hitting, run-producing shortstop.
Swaim wasn't the only Brewer with a knack for fancy fielding. Known more for their offensive prowess, Milwaukee nonetheless boasted a winner's share of great plays. On July 16th, Paul Molitor was back in the running after missing 44 games with injuries. At the plate, it was as if Paulie never left. Coming back as the Brewers' designated hitter, he tore up American League pitching. But there was much more to Molitor's game than just hitting. Speed, for instance. He set a club record with 14 straight steals and showed the Oakland A's why his teammates call him the Igniter.
Goes Molitor, taken. Throw is short and into center, but Molitor will not be able to advance. There's Molitor breaking for third. He'll make it without a throw.
Shell-shocked A's pilot Tony La Russa then stood helpless as the Brewer blur tried to burn his troops again.
They pitch out. They throw through. Here's a throw back at the plate. Too late. Molitor scores on the double steal.
Well, that's a baseball rarity. A guy singles and then steals 3 bases to score.
I really felt we had to do was maximize every offensive opportunity. We had to try to move up 90 feet whenever we could. I just want players to be creative offensively. I want them to be creative defensively. But your chances to be creative offensively are much greater than on defense. I just want them to really express themselves as players. And I really try to stay out of their way. I try to let them really express themselves as offensive and defensive players. And if they can run, that's one of the most expressive ways to do it, and that's by using your feet and your good ability to run.
Led by Molitor with a team record 45 steals and fleet Mike Felder, the Brewers expressed themselves to the league lead in stolen bases for the first time in club history.
Well, come on, let's go, let's go, little darling. Tell me that you never leave me. Come on, let's go. Again and again and again. Well, now swing me way down there. Come on, let's go, little darling. Let's go again once more. Well, let's go, little darling.
perfect complement is power, and much of the latter resides in the sturdy frame of strongman Rob Deere, who took no prisoners against Cleveland in August.
Rob Deere, look out, it is gone! A home run for Deere, his second grand slam in 2 games. Holy cow, 2 slams in 2 nights for Rob Deere.
With 61 home runs in 2 seasons with the Brewers, Deere has proven that he can reach almost any target in the ballpark. Still, it was the quality of Deere's total game that made the most dramatic impact on his manager, Tom Trebelhorn.
I think one of the most underrated players as far as total game in the American League, and really unappreciated players, is Rob Deere. I think that the massive home runs, the number of strikeouts overshadow the fact that he is one fine, gutsy ball player. He is going to hit home runs and he is going to strike out, but the rest of his game is very solid, and he's the type of performer and the type of player that we would like to build our club around. He has the spirit and the character and the really what I call just baseball attitude that our entire club has to have to be a winning ball club, because he is a winner.
By the end of July, Paul Molitor was the hottest story in baseball by virtue of having the hottest bat in baseball. He had hit in every game since returning from the disabled list, propelling the Brewers back into the pennant race in the process. As his streak reached into the 20s, Molly's Odyssey was heralded in headlines and news flashes all over the continent.
Hey, Paul Molitor got a base hit. All right, Paul. Hooray for Paul Molitor.
We are told that Paul Molitor has hit a home run against Cleveland to extend his hitting streak.
By the way, did I hear Molitor got a base hit, Wayne?
In the 6th inning. Now the announcement goes up on the scoreboard about Molitor's base hit. And they like it here in Minnesota. Everybody pulling for this young man, a fine young man, Paul Molitor.
On August 10th, the streak was up to 25, and the way Paulie was swinging and the Brewers were winning, it looked like the beat would go on and on and on.
That's hit high and deep to left field. Paul Molitor, in what is probably his final at bat, clubs a home run to extend his hitting streak to 28 consecutive games.
This one, fair ball, 31 for Molitor. Paulie will head to second base with a stand-up double, and Molitor's streak is alive at 31. Hit in the air, deep left field, gone, home run for Molitor, and the streak continues at 34.
There it is, it'll go for extra bases. The streak is alive at 35 consecutive games. The beat goes on. He's hit on a fastball.
Electrically, they keep a baseball score. And the beat goes on. The beat goes on.
The crowd tells you who is coming to home plate. And the Molitor story starts to get interesting. He is 0 for 2 with a walk. But he takes care of it right there. 39 in a row. How about that? That is something.
And the place goes crazy.
And as they say here in Milwaukee, the beat goes on.
Yes, the beat goes on. And the beat goes on. Yes, the beat goes on. And the beat goes on. Yes, the beat goes on.
On August 26th against Cleveland, Molitor lost his chance to become the 5th player in history to hit in 40 straight games. In the 10th inning, he stood hitless on deck as Rick Manning won the game for the Brewers.
Pitch, line drive, base hit, center field. Felder is going to score. The throw by Butler to the plate, not in time. The Brewers beat the Indians by a score of 1-0. And Paul Molitor to congratulate Rick Manning. The hitting streak is history. It's a bittersweet victory in a sense at the stadium, and now the crowd standing at County Stadium. Molitor did not get the base hit. Paulie now being mobbed and embraced by all of his teammates. Manning with the game-winning hit. The Brewers beat the Indians by a score of 1-0.
During his 39-game hitting streak, Molitor batted .415 with 68 hits, 7 home runs, 33 RBIs, and 15 stolen bases, a remarkable feat by any standard. On the night Molitor's streak ended, Teddy Higuera, then on his way to winning 7 consecutive starts, began still another streak, this one of scoreless innings. He set down the Indians on 3 hits, winning 1-0, and in his next start, on September 1st in Kansas City, his mastery continued.
Teddy Higuera, during the streak that he put together, shutting out the rest of the American League, was something. He just located the ball so well. If he wanted to throw the ball in the outside corner, he threw it there. If he wanted to jam a guy, he threw it there. If he needed to get a breaking ball over 3-2, he got it there. Everything worked, and he came within one swing of the bat of the looping double of a no-hitter in Kansas City, and it was a good effort by Rob Deere to try to make the play. Just couldn't get to it. It was a sinking line drive, hit right in the spot where no one was at.
Higuera settled for a 1-hitter in hurling his 2nd consecutive shutout. Next, he frustrated the Twins in the Metrodome on September 6th, tossing a 3rd consecutive shutout on his way to 32 straight scoreless innings.
The key thing was we were trying to stay in a pennant race, and we needed good pitching performances, and he was very proud of the fact that he was the mainstay during really our best contending part of the season. For any club to have a chance to win, you have to have a starting pitcher that when you send him out there, you expect to win, and the entire ball club expects to win. In Teddy Higuera, we have that type of performer.
Exactly. In 3 Major League seasons, Higuera's 53 wins are tops among baseball's left-handers, and his 240 strikeouts in 1987 broke a Milwaukee record dating way back to 1965.
Strike 3 call. That's 5 consecutive strikeouts for Teddy Higuera and 9 for the game.
Yeah, he's got it all working for him now. Good round of applause for that effort.
The effort that Higuera gave in 1987 amounted to 18 wins, a 3.85 earned run average, 3 shutouts, and 14 complete games to go along with those record-setting 240 strikeouts. In an age of specialists, he was a throwback to an earlier era when pitchers completed what they started. With Higuera's work ethic setting the standard for the young Brewers starters, manager Tom Trebelhorn knew the future was in good hands.
When you have a #1 guy, in which you have confidence in, the ball club has confidence in, then that makes you a contender. He really set the stage for the rest of the guys going out there and pitching.
Like Teddy Higuera, Juan Nieves came on strong after midseason. His 14-8 record included 6 straight wins in the second half.
Juan Nieves has a chance to be a really great pitcher. He's still young, he's still learning. For some reason, the guy is just tough to hit. And when he gets things going, it's amazing to watch him work. And I think this year he is going to really make a move on not only respectability as a pitcher, but I think on stardom.
Nieves was a known commodity. What was unexpected was Chris Bosio suddenly projecting himself into Trebelhorn's plans for next season after shutting down the Minnesota Twins 1-0 on August the 28th.
Shutout for Chris Bosio. Quite a performance by the 24-year-old right-hander as he pitches a 2-hitter here tonight.
One of the key guys for next year is going to be Chris Bosio. Chris has got great stuff. And once again, consistency is the key to Chris. But he's going to be one of our starters, and he's going to be one of the main reasons we either do or don't next year, because he has that type of stuff to be a real fine pitcher.
Another promising right-hander was Bill Wegman, the workhorse of the Brewers staff with 225 innings.
Billy Wegman is just a hard-nosed big old boy from Ohio who likes to take the ball and go out there and throw. He is a great character too, and once again, an important, versatile part of our starting rotation.
When his starters got into hot water, Tom Trebelhorn knew who to summon for a quick bailout. Dan Plesac was the ace out of the Brewers bullpen with 23 saves, a club record for left-handers, and a 2.61 ERA.
When I call on him, no matter what happens, I'm going to get the best that he has with the best effort, both mentally and physically, that he has. And in my judgment, Dan Plesac is the best relief pitcher in the American League today, and that's a lot of good relief pitchers. So he's leading the pack of a lot of good guys, and that's how important he is to me as a manager and to our ball club as a relief pitcher.
Plesac comes on with the bases loaded, nobody out, and he just struck out everybody.
He got him. Strike 3. The Brewers win.
A strikeout for Plesac, and the Brewers win it in 12.
Thus, the typical Plesac outing. In 79 1/3 innings, he posted 89 strikeouts and was the main cog in his team's late-inning fortunes. Tempering his youthful exuberance with veteran savvy, Plesac served notice that his bubble would not burst anytime soon. The pitching staff's live arms gave Brewer fans something to believe in all season, especially in late September when the Yankees came to town hoping to remain alone in third place. But the Brewers were now on top of their game. The Yankees, meanwhile, were losing their grip in a late season dive. On September 23rd, the Brewers took over third in dramatic fashion.
Rigetti in the pitch, and Felder hits it to center field, and the Brewers will win it with 2 in the bottom of the 10th inning.
Robin Yount was the man in that crucial series against the Yankees. In a September 22nd doubleheader split, he launched an offensive attack of impressive proportions, driving in a total of 9 runs against his defenseless opponents. But then, all he did from April through September was deliver a season comparable to his 1982 MVP year with a .312 batting average, 21 home runs, and 103 runs batted in. He was the first Brewer to hit the century mark in ribbies in 5 years, and 17 of those were of the game-winning variety. He put his speed to good use, too, roaming center field as if born to play it. The hustle that made him an all-star shortstop served him well in the wide-open spaces where he gave the younger Brewers pointers in the quality of winning. But it was the baby boom that Tom Troublehorn pointed to as the surest sign of a Brewer renaissance. With 77 RBIs, Glenn Bragg showed he was worth believing in.
Glenn Bragg has got a chance to be a tremendous offensive player. You think he's going to be one of those type of players that's just going to hit you 285 to 295 and drive you in 80 to 100 runs. And 3 or 4 of those type of players in every ball club are what make contending good baseball teams.
In a limited role, backup catcher Bill Schroeder swung a big stick, hitting .332 with 14 home runs and 42 RBIs. Schroeder's role was limited to 75 games, but not by his lack of talent. Rather, it was by the emergence of a pure baseball prodigy named B.J. Surhoff.
B.J. Surhoff is a super talent. He can hit, and he's going to hit. He's going to hit better than he hit this year. He certainly has the potential to lead the league in hitting. And along with that, he's emerging as just a very fine defensive catcher. He's got quick feet. He's got a good, accurate throwing arm. I'm very happy. The coaches are very happy. The rest of the club is very happy with just B.J. Surhoff being B.J. Surhoff. But sometimes he has a tendency to want to be a little bit more than that. He doesn't have to be because he is such a rare, fine talent. To go along with that, he's very young with a lot of years to play, so he's an exciting player.
With a .299 average in his rookie season, the gritty Surhoff became a vital element in the Brewers' third-place finish. He and his young teammates justified their manager embracing Milwaukee's prospects for next season. And so the Milwaukee Brewers' 1987 season is seen in moments. Moments that were magical, miraculous, and unbelievable. The Major League record-tying 13-game winning streak to start the year. The no-hitter by the Brewers' left-hander Juan Nieves. Paul Molitor's 39-game hitting streak. And Teddy Higuera's utter dominance of the league in August and September. The Brewers' second-half resurgence and third-place finish came down to the players. For the Brewers, the winning chemistry between veterans such as Robin Yount and Paul Molitor, and youngsters such as Juan Nieves, Dan Plesac, and B.J. Surhoff holds the key to another season of magic and miracles in 1988.
There's going to be some more unbelievable things in 1988 because there's one thing I do, and that is I believe in the Milwaukee Brewers.
Now I'm a believer, not a train, hooked out in my mind. I'm in love. I'm a believer, I couldn't leave her if I tried. It's a solid faith. Now I'm a believer, not a train, hooked out in my mind. Said I'm a believer, yeah, 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 yeah. Said I'm a believer, yeah, I'm a believer.
Magic, miracles, and true believers, the story of the 1987 Milwaukee Brewers has been brought to you by Miller Lite. For great taste, there is only one light beer.